Hello, I'm happy to welcome a very special guest, Queenie Vee, to you today. Queenie is an experienced social worker with 13 years of experience in children's services. Not only that, but she's also an aspiring manager and holds the position of senior practitioner. When required, she steps up to team manager within a local authority. Queenie is also a popular YouTuber. Her channel is Queenie Vee Community, and it's a vibrant space where she shares her experience and insights. As if that were not enough, she's also a dedicated practice educator. I'm excited to speak to her today. Hi, Queenie Vee. It's great to have you here.
Hello, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me to your YouTube channel and talking to lovely people who have subscribed to your channel and watching your videos.
Oh, it's brilliant to have you here. So you're coming from a children's services perspective and I'm over here in adults. So we're just picking your brains really around different roles and teams in children's services.
So within the children's services, there are so many teams. So there's not only one particular team that you work in when you come into children's services. So I'm going to start with the Frontline Child Protection team. And within the team, there are different roles that you do. And there's children in care team as well. And within the children in care team, there are different roles that you do. So within children's services as a whole, the Frontline Child Protection team, we have the MASH team. And we have the first response team or assessment team. And we have the long-term child protection team. So if you are watching me and you are qualified social worker, you want to join social work, you can, and you want to do the front line, you can decide to work in the MASH team, the first response team, or the long-term child protection team. And within the team, there's another specialist team called the early help team. And so, and within the early help team, there are different roles that you will play if you are working as a social worker within the early help team. So there are another division within children's services, and it's called the children in care team. And within the children in care team, they can have the 0 to 16 team who work with children to teenagers, like 16. And we have the living care team, the young adult service. And within the young adult services, there are different roles that you play because you are preparing the young people for independent living. Yeah, and then within children's services, there are other specialist team as well. We have the youth offending team, and within the youth offending team, there are specific roles that you do because you're working with young people, children who perhaps have committed crime or involved in antisocial behavior. So your assessment you do is different. The kind of role you play as a social worker will be different. And within the youth offending team, it's linked up with the probation team. If you are a social worker working within the probation team, the work you do, the role you do is also different because you're working with over 18, you're working with adults. So your role is different. And also within the children's services, we have the children with disability team. Yeah, so with children with disability team, when you are working there, it's long-term work.
Yeah.
So all the child protection issues, child in need issues, you will be working within that remit with the family and the children. Yeah, and then what else? There's so many teams. We have the fostering team. Yeah, so within the fostering team, you are working with foster carers, and you deal with special guardianship order. You deal with for MEF assessments. So your role is different.
Because in that team, so are you predominantly working with the adults rather than the children themselves?
Yeah, within the fostering team, you're working with your need. Obviously, you are a social worker, so your focus is the children that are placed with the foster carer, definitely. But your main remit is to support the foster carer to produce a good outcome for the child or young person that have been placed within the placement, within the foster carer, within the family home. So you are working, supporting, assisting the foster carer, but your focus is also with the child or the young person. Yeah, but the foster carer predominantly is what you are providing the support to. Yeah, you are supervising social worker. So your role is the supervising the foster carer.
So in adult services, we have I think it's the same, but we have the assessed and supported year in employment. So the first year, when you're a newly qualified social worker coming in, then you can go up against a panel and become a more advanced sort of social worker that's seen as more experienced, and you have to sort of work to progress to that stage and justify why you get that role. Do you have the same things over in children's services?
Yes, within the children's services as well, you come in as ASYE.
Yeah.
And then after you complete the program, then obviously you become an experienced social worker. So when you are in the ASYE program, your manager will be supervising you, teaching you, guiding you, and you'll be going for training. They will give you advice and guide and mentoring buddy. They will give you a buddy system to work with. Then you develop your skills and your knowledge. Like me, I'm a mentor for ASYE within the local authority where I'm working in, and I'm a practice educator as well, supervising students. So once you qualify, then you can work your way out. You can, within the next few years, you can progress to become like a senior practitioner, and then you can move on to become an advanced practitioner. You can decide to go into management if that's what your area or your passion is, or you can become an IRO, independent reviewing officer. You can even work in the CAMS team. I know so many people that I know, friends that are qualified social worker, they move into the clinician side of social work. Yeah, so you can work as a clinician, so many roles.
And I think what I'm sort of seeing as well is, like you were saying about the buddy system, we don't have that exactly, but informally people support each other. And I think the roles and the teams are different across the country in terms of how they're organised, or the support systems will be different as well. So I think a lot of the focus in children's services is around the child protection side, and I get quite a few questions about people who are considering doing that role at the beginning of their career as well. So does it work the same in all local authorities, do you know, or how does it work?
Yes, Kylie, thanks for this question. Yes, so within the children's services, we have, like I said, the long-term child protection team, the first response team, the MASH team. Some local authority work differently. So they have the generic side of social work. Once the MASH team does the referral and they refer the case to the first response team, a social worker within the first response team can work with the family long-term. It's called generic, until the child becomes looked after, and then they move the case on, or the young person onto the children care team. Yeah, so every local authority works differently. Even within the children in care team, some local authority, they take it from 0, from birth till 18. And then after 18, they take the living care from 18 to 25. So I just want to be clear that if you want to come into social work and work within the children's services, every local authority works differently.
Yeah, but I think that's a really helpful overview of children's services and sort of some of the teams that and roles that you've come across. So thank you for that.
Yeah.